I'm Cindy Cisneros, owner of Creatively LLC, developer of the creativity courses. I am a creativity counselor and coach. And the topic of today is AI when it comes to creativity and the arts. And the topic of the blog post that goes with this is AI, creativity, and authenticity. Creativity is timeless. And whether you're watching this on YouTube, the creativity courses, or on my website, I will try to tag the location of the blog if you want to read it. Also, it goes a little bit more into depth with the topics that I'm going to briefly cover in this video. The first thing that I want to talk about is the fear of AI in the arts. And the reason that I want to start here is this is one of the most commonly, this is one of the most common reactions that I get when I talk about AI with artists. And that is just a lot of fear. And it's understandable, right? I think that it's a pretty common point of view that AI is going to replace a lot, or has the potential to replace a lot of creative jobs, because there is AI technology that can generate images, that can generate video, that can generate written content, and that's where a lot of creative jobs live. And so with that kind of, if you're talking to somebody in the arts, or you're somebody in the arts and you're having a conversation about AI, it's a good place to start to know that there may be an initial point of view of fear. And I'm going to kind of walk into this conversation lightly, also with that understanding that there is some hesitancy to even explore any of the potential that AI might have. And I'm hoping to alleviate maybe a little bit of those concerns. Because I think that AI is something that, and I know a lot of us in the arts don't even want to hear this, but is descending upon us rapidly. And those of us who don't kind of dip our toe into that technology have the potential to be left behind a little bit in our field. So let's just talk about it and open up the topic a little bit. Here's where there is some potential in the arts currently in AI. And without talking about specific platforms that are out there, that can be a whole separate conversation and post. And I've done a review on some of the platforms that are out there and what they can do for writers. Specifically, for example, I want to talk about some of the things that AI has the potential to help creatives with. And it's not generating your content for you, and it's not doing your work for you. It is a lot of inspiration and coming up with ideas and helping you get out of creative ruts. That's really the potential that I've seen in a lot of the AI tools that are there currently. For example, with writing, I have not seen AI tools that are good enough to replace writers. I really and truly haven't. I've seen tools that can help you come up with various ideas, for example, for conflict that you can then choose from amongst the list and toy with to move ahead with from your novel, kind of replace if you had like an author's group to help you generate ideas from, or you could take a sentence with some structure that you're struggling with and dump it in AI and type in, help me simplify this sentence, and it'll give you a couple of ideas. But it's not going to write your novel for you. It's not going to write your book for you. And if you try to get it to do something like that, you're going to end up with something that's very soapy, messy, and not anything that anybody wants to read. But generally speaking, what I've seen it useful for is coming up with just kind of starting points, or getting unstuck points, or warming up points, or just kind of lubrication points for creativity. I want to address this place of fear of AI being able to replace us as artists and as creative artists, and come back to the title of this post, which is Creativity is Timeless. AI cannot be creative. AI is data driven. I don't understand, as not a programmer, exactly how it collects the data and arranges it and spits it back to you. But robots, right? Like robots and algorithms, and not humans. And creativity is a human characteristics. It is a personality trait, and AI is artificial intelligence. It is not the same as a human quality. creativity is an inherently human feature. It cannot be programmed because it is unique to an individual. And so, to put it another way, creativity, authenticity is preserved by human creativity. So each expression of creativity is unique to the human to which it is attached to by your experiences, your perspectives, your own ability to imagine, reflect, and feel, and so on. So your ability to create written word or sculpture or gourmet foods or performances or whatever your creative expression is unique to your experiences, perspectives, and so on, your authenticity as a human being. And that's ultimately where we are creating from. And that is something that when people talk about AI, they kind of always come back to the importance of the human touch and how that sets you apart when you're working with AI, and how important that's going to be for businesses moving forward. What we're essentially talking about is the creativity and the authenticity component, and these are linked characteristics in your creative personality, and it's something that we talk about, authenticity, meaning making, unique experience, when we're talking about creative personalities all the time. So if it's something that you're interested in understanding more about, your creative personality, your meaning making, your authenticity, your unique take and expression in the world, and how important that is, and how increasingly important that is, and how that's always been important, your unique as an artist experience, and how you translate that back to the world, and how your whole personality is set up and designed around allowing and supporting you to be able to do that as a creative artist. A lot of the courses and content that I have on the creativity courses is explaining and helping you understand how biologically you are predisposed to have strengths to allow you to do that, and how to understand them, discover them, use them, and free them up so that you're doing that to your fullest capacity as a human being. And wherever you're watching this video, there should be a link close by to the creativity courses so that you can see there's anything from free to the full 100 or 200 level courses and beyond. But those are just the creativitycourses.com. So from there, if you think about creativity as unique and not part of anything that artificial intelligence can give you or can offer you, future possibilities for AI, if currently what it's really good for artists is kind of idea generation and inspiration that you can take your own creativity from, future possibilities that I'm excited about for artists that AI could potentially give you is, and this is also things that you would learn about your creative personality, is there are parts of our brain in RAM that, because of our big characteristics as creative people, can become full and can become jammed and could use bolstering or could use more space that we could use artificial intelligence to help us with, like executive functioning, like ADHD kind of traits that are pretty common in creative people that AI could very well help us multitask with, like generating multiple plot points, or like holding various ideas and business planning things for us. And there's a lot of applications and ideas and developmental spaces where this is already going, but there are places where it can augment natural areas of weaknesses that we have and support us to go further with the natural strengths that we have, so that AI isn't replacing us, it's actually supporting us as creative people to take our natural strengths and support areas of weaknesses. And this is really a good thing. This is what I'm talking about, where we can look to AI to be a tool to bolster us as creative people and not fear it as something that can replace us, because again, something artificial can't replace something that is just naturally and intrinsically our own. And so more about all of this, if it's easier, it kind of does get a little bit into some technical nitty gritty stuff. If you want to see it in print, I'll link the blog article. But conclusions to all of this is AI is a tool that many new advancements in technology are that can enhance the things that you're doing as a creative person. It has potential to even help you go further as a creative person. But there's nothing artificial that can replace the natural strengths that you have in creativity, meaning making, authenticity, and expressing that back to the world, because that is your own. And that's the magic of it all. I hope this was helpful in some kind of way. If you have more questions about anything that kind of threw on the table today, I'd be happy to do what I can to direct you to more information and resources, and I'll tag what I can with the post. All right, guys, take care.